Yeah, this is gonna be nuts. By the way, we are officially going live. Sorry for the 10-second delay. You'll probably want to be muted. Uh, you'll want to have the stream muted if you're in call, that kind of thing, because otherwise that could get a little crazy. Because the Elgato is slow. But otherwise, this is it. I've barely ever played this before now. I mean, obviously I got a little bit of footage for the retrospective, but that was about it. Yeah, literally starting off with, technically I broke the rules by even putting it in, because I said no packs under 5 levels get in, and then I'm like, okay, I'm making one exception because this is really funny. I mean, you just look at it. It does. It really does. I'm just looking at this like, oh my god. Yeah, I don't think I've ever even made it past that little cul-de-sac in the green section before. So, I've got a ways to go. How thin does it even get? Oh, is the activity not working? Okay. As far as I can tell, those activities seem to just kind of not. Just in general. Let me just close it out. Yeah, activity is not working out. I put the link in sus, so hopefully people can just use that and mute it. So, yeah, here we go. This is, I guess we just take it from the top. Okay, so 200-second timer. That's not that bad. Mm-hmm. That's probably a good idea. I would imagine. Helps that I was playing some of Candy Canes yesterday. Similar movement. Mm-hmm. It's just long level. Is there a reason why 66? Yeah, you know, that's probably it. Yeah, I didn't think to ask him in the written portion of his interview or anything. Okay, so this is already the farthest I've gotten, I think. Yeah, somewhat brief, but I'd have to pull it back up to remember what all was in it. I had a written interview with him. I had a written interview with NGUU. Written interview with Spitz was actually really good. And I think I was supposed to get one with Crafted Cart, and the timing just never worked out. Also, no contact with Twilight for a while there, so that didn't work out either. At least not in time for that video. Maybe for rolled out whenever 1.0 happens. Not sure yet. I'm honestly surprised I got all the people I did for those. Like, getting Yoshi Master was a surprise, because he's kind of elusive. You doing Merry Mayhem, Nambo? Made it onto the blue for the first time. Then immediately died. It is, and maybe it's too early to say this, it doesn't seem as bad as a lot of 651 World 10. Mm-hmm. True. Mm-hmm. It's about 10 seconds behind with the Elgato. I thought it was only supposed to be like 3 seconds on Elgato, but I guess that got worse over time or was understated. Plus YouTube delay, yeah. Yeah, the YouTube activity wasn't even starting on my so and I'm the guy who literally put it on. This literally is not, I would call it unfinished, but I can't see what work was put into it. Like, literally, Teleparty exists. You have Netflix and YouTube Party options that are really good as far as Chrome extensions. You could just do that. It's just silly. Actually, no, I just realized there's probably conflicting audio for the people who actually are listening to it that way. Probably copying myself with play, but let's see. Yeah, the Elgato is getting music. We'll just turn that off. Perfect. Oh, thank you for the good luck, Napkin. I'm sorry I missed your message earlier. I just realized that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to set up my phone casting. Squeaky chair. I'm getting a new chair soon. It's definitely on its last legs. This thing's ancient. Surprised it's lasted this long. Oh my god, 66 candy canes. That's horrifying. Brandon, check it in debug of ordinary or something. I think Brandon's still working on ordinary. I don't really know what the status of that is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to have chats open for these attempts. I wanted something that would just take my mind off of it a little bit when we get into that Zen state better. Because I feel like that was really inhibiting some of those first playthroughs of those Hella Holiday stages. Like, those were really giving me more trouble than I had expected. Does it? Ugh. Oh, man, this first 90-degree on the blue is actually really tricky because they don't meet at the same place. You actually have to be a lot higher where you can easily trade off. Mm. Right. Also, because I just have the playlist pulled up, it's going to be the vocal version of Soft Touch. I guess I could have pulled up my bootleg instrumental, but it's a good track. I don't think I've actually ever listened to the non-Lighthouser mix, like the original studio mix, at all. Ooh, that was fast. Oh. Ah, almost made it through blue that time. Yeah, that's faster than I expected. I don't think I'll have that much trouble until I get to red, but we'll see. What do other people call it? Okay, let me look at this a little closer. So, like... Oh, that's frustrating, because I see both. I think it doesn't help that my CRT kind of makes reds look a little more orange. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. I feel like from a developer perspective, you would absolutely call it orange, but also, like, it's more of like a green and tan, though, isn't it? Well, yeah, I guess we have the stock checker right here. I can compare it. Man, even that's tough because the stock checker is like the accent color's definitely tan, but the primary checkers are definitely orange. Mm-hmm. Oh, really? Oh, that's awesome. My answer is blood orange. I'm gonna be a real contrarian about this. Be a real centrist about this. But is blood orange red? I guess kind of. How would I do that? Oh yeah, bonus part of the song for those who haven't heard the full World 9 theme. You get the full mix instead of just the looping version. I love 8 bracelets with a passion, but this is just too much. I mean, I get it, honestly. 8 bracelets is my favorite Monkey Ball stage of all time. I think I've said that in a video before. I think I might have said that multiple times in the video before. I don't think it's ever been topped. I think at this point, Styx would probably be number 2. But I don't know, there's just something about it. Oh my god, I saved that. Yeah. I keep getting to blue, and then I just lose at that 90-degree turn. Oh, come on. There we go. No. Hello? It is going. Nambo is ILing. I am currently streaming 66 Bracelets Attempts. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, it's not nearly as bad as I was expecting it going into this. Right, and the transition from green to blue has actually been kind of tough, surprisingly. Hmm. It's fine. Sure. Oh, by the way, I think I just realized another oversight. Yep. There we go.
I think that stage looks so annoying to speedrun Nambo.
Well, the whole thing is just that, like, the first clip is really annoying, but after that, if you do the wire, it's, like, just as fast, and you don't have to deal with any of the RNG.
It just feels annoying, though.
Okay. Now you can hear Nambo and Dairud.
I don't
Guys,
want you to hear me.
yay.
I meme.
Or Sega. Or oh.
Deleted my meme because it was raising some eyebrows and I don't know why. Maybe it's just going under my nose, but I don't know why.
What now, Mr. Soldatron?
I put a meme in shitposting, and people are like batting their eyes at it, and I was like, okay, maybe there's something here that I don't understand, but I got rid of it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. No one will tell me, but
Ichigo!
Yo,
Ichigo? Yo.
what's up?
yeah.
66 Bracelet Attempts.
I am watching right now.
I'm practicing for runs.
Nice.
Not 66 bracelets myself. Not right now.
Wait, let me see what you're practicing.
Yo, 66 Bracelets
No.
IL battle?
I'd be down.
Friendly.
I love 66 bracelets.
Oh my
I genuinely love that stage. Probably practice puzzle blocks. I was failing this quite a bit in runs earlier.
Okay.
Can't be doing that.
Let's-
Slow down. Looking for a very specific collision here.
Is Daggered AFK?
Tyler decided to go to the gym. Apparently.
Me? No, I didn't.
Okay.
I'm going probably later tonight.
Okay.
What's up?
Hidden gym.
Yeah, I start gym finally.
Yeah.
I've had some goals, and I finally am just ignoring the fact that I have carpal tunnel and just giving it a go and seeing if I can do it.
Hmm.
Which,
Man, carpal tunnel is rough, man.
yeah, but I feel like I can manage it. I feel like it's all muscular and not actually carpal tunnel. So.
Okay, what other stages was I failing a lot? I need to practice more figure skating. Forgot how many times I died to this stage.
I made it to purple and died.
I'm
Still got
already
through
starting
blue
to get better
once.
at it though, which is good. Like I'm noticing I'm dying a lot less to these beginning turns. I'm starting to actually get the feeling for how to play them. That being said, it's still hard.
Yeah, I guess I could have marketed these as stateless attempts as well, because this is all on real hardware. So I gotta restart the stage every single time. I can't just start from blue or something.
I mean, you could pretend, you can like
While
kind of
practicing.
pretend that you're playing on blue by just picking like the middle row of checkers on any given thing and saying that is what I need to land on.
Yeah, but like you still gotta roll off of that to get to the next bracelet and have the
All right,
second.
yeah.
Maybe I could just say the ending two checkers are the blue.
Sure.
But sometimes you have to go from one side to the other on Fortnite.
That's very unfortunate.
Certifiably even.
But I can't believe it's not Fortnite.
40 to 25? Dang it, no 25. Okay, whatever. Completed the stage, let's complete it again.
Now that's what I call Fortnite 69.
Fortnite 64?
If Fortnite was an N64 game.
Dude, imagine.
A DD exclusive.
Play with a multiplayer battle arena of 4 other players.
Oh my god.
At an incredible 5 frames per second.
Dude,
Yeah, because
you're-
it's split
you're-
screen.
Yeah, but you're being way too generous at 4 people.
Well, it's the N64. You got the 4 controller
Yeah,
ports.
but have you seen 4-player first-person shooter split screen on the N64?
Yeah, it's the Golden Knight
Yeah, it's
thing.
fucking terrible.
Although, you know, wouldn't it be more like third person? So I don't know if there's really a bar for that.
I played 2-player Quake, and the N64 was trying to catch fire.
Well, yeah, but that's Quake. That's asking a lot of the Nintendo 64. I mean, like hypothetically, what would you probably have to like cut the poly count of everything in Fortnite down to like a 10th, maybe more,
There we go, there's a
of
25.
whatever it is now.
Alright, I'm gonna practice other stages now. What other stages need practice? I started to get the hang of most of the stages in the run. Honestly, it feels like the big problem stages at this point have boiled down to puzzle blocks, Christmas Day, frigid grinders, figure skating.
Oh yeah, I gotta figure out what the Frigid Grinder's copy pasta is gonna be.
I feel like
I
those are
might
the
go for,
main problem stages, and I practice. Oh wait, Garland. I was dying a lot to Garland. I need to
Dude.
practice Garland.
Should I
Be a
become
fast strat.
the 40,533rd person to buy Daikatana?
Have you seen the fast strat here, Dairud?
How many people have bought Daikatana?
It's sold like at its like total 40,531 copies. Scott the Waz
That is actually comically low.
Scott the Waz updated it to 40,532. Should I be the 40,533rd person to buy Daikatana?
I'm sure other people
could be
have
the
bought
one
it since
after
that
Scott.
video.
I like to imagine that nobody's bought it though.
I mean, how many people bought Daikatana after the JonTron review?
I don't know, but
Actually, was Daikatana even on Steam yet?
Daikatana is on Steam.
Well, it's on Steam now. I don't know if it was on Steam back then. 'Cause that review's old. That's the first JonTron.
Yeah,
Isn't it? Daikatana?
it was just a camcorder in front of a couch.
Pretty much.
This isn't even a foreign game. It was made in America.
It'd be cool if he redid that one. I know he made a Q&A thing where he said once that he'd like to do a remake of Daikatana in the modern style.
Yo, JonTron
I
talking
think
about
it'd be
video
fun.
games in the modern day? No.
Ah, now that you mention it, that explains why it hasn't happened.
The last game he ever talked about was Hercules games.
The Disney bootlegs?
Oh yeah, it was Disney bootlegs.
That was still like 5 years ago.
Scott the Waz, the new JonTron.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of the new AVGN in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like, because there was a terrifying thing that I heard the other day that, when Scott the Wasp started making videos about, GameCube era content, he was the same relative age as James Rolfe was to the NES era when he started making videos in like 2005. So, it makes sense. It's just terrifying that that's like the proximity of age, because that doesn't seem right. But those first couple of AVGN videos are weird too. Like the first one doesn't even have him in it at all.
Which was that? Which review was that? Was that Simon's Quest?
The original Simon's Quest review, yeah. He's not in it at all. It's just B-roll footage the whole time.
With voiceover, yeah.
And then the next one was the opposite. It was the first Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde review, where I think he shows less than a minute of game footage and the rest of it is all webcam.
Yeah.
He later redid both of them.
And for good reason.
And for good reason, yeah, because they're not great to go back to. But
I need to look up the sales numbers for the Bowser's Inside Story.
I still don't... Okay, so... Am I missing something? Why are Pokemon games so absurdly expensive for the DS?
Because they're good.
Didn't that thing sell, like, more than every other console combined?
Because they're good games, especially Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which is the most expensive.
They're
game.
good games, but didn't they sell phenomenally well?
But that's the thing.
What, did every kid eat their cartridge after they finished
Well,
the
that's
game?
the thing. There's such a high
Like...
there's such a high demand for it now because new Pokemon is fucking garbage, and
That's
you
true.
can't buy it
but...
at any mainline store anymore. So the only way you're getting it is on the resale, and now people are starting to realize
that's
that.
a strat.
So now people,
Just buy an R4 cartridge. Do people just not know about
there's
those?
emulation problems.
Yeah, but like, it's an R4. Does it really not work for Heart Gold? Well, maybe if you
All
really
I
want
want
to use
is
the
an
Pokewalker,
R2.
and I actually get that. I really want a D2 myself.
That's rough. Oh my god, Alpha Dream. I understand why.
Yo, Scrap, thank you for the good luck.
So Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey sold 717,940 copies. It didn't even break 1 million.
I mean, I believe that because the Mario and Luigi series never actually did all that well. Like, I think Superstar Saga did well.
Yeah, the first
But I don't
the
think...
first 3 games did really well, and then Dream Team is where it started.
I haven't landed this
Well,
once
critically,
today.
the 3 games did well. I think they were kind of diminishing in sales after the first one.
Yeah, but Bowser's Inside Story I think picked up a little bit more than Partners in Time. Probably because of the advertising, because like, oh, you get to play an RPG as Bowser.
Mhm.
So people probably bought it just for that alone.
I haven't actually finished the 44-45 strat on this stage once today. This is really, like, concerning.
Which makes me sad that this is the game that ended up killing Alpha Dream.
Yeah. It is a shame, because they made really, really good stuff. And they were kind of the last thing keeping Mario RPGs interesting after Paper Mario got just
Yeah.
destroyed post-Super.
Paper Jam was okay, but Dream Team isn't a bad game. It's just kind of repetitive.
It's okay, it's just... It feels like a skin suit almost of what it's supposed to be, you know?
Yeah.
Like, this isn't Paper Mario as it was designed,
Yeah,
or as originally intended.
it's very much like the Sticker Star Paper Mario.
Even if it's a good version of what it's trying to be, it still doesn't feel right calling it Paper Mario. I'd almost be more okay with Origami Mario. Like, at least just call it something a little bit different if it's going to be this different to play. You know?
Yeah. Like, we're never gonna get that 1,000 Year Door remake.
Thanks, Miyamoto.
Watch now, because I said that it's gonna be announced at the next Nintendo Direct.
God, I wish. Not with Nintendo.
But that's the thing Arlo said. You can predict Nintendo, they'll fucking turn on you. You cannot predict them, they'll fucking turn on you.
Mm-hmm.
There is no predicting what Nintendo will do, because they will just 180 any chance they can get.
Yeah, but this is not going to be one of those times, because getting Miyamoto to change his mind about the intelligent systems work is such a tall order.
I like how
Why
Fire
am I
Emblem
never making this
is allowed to
sense?
expand, but Paper Mario isn't.
Yeah, 'cause that's because that's not really Miyamoto's baby. Same thing with Metroid. You know, he doesn't have much inspiration to do work on those games like he does the Mario titles. He wants to be more involved with those still.
I'm waiting for the next Star Fox game.
I was landing
Have
this.
fun with
I was
that.
literally landing this left and right yesterday, and somehow I can't land it at all anymore. This is like, what the frick is going on?
Star Fox Zero is not a fucking bad game.
Oh, is that a good?
Nope, but it is stuck on the
Oh,
gamepad.
I almost landed it. Come on.
Yeah, for like 15% of the game is on the gamepad. The other is like the other 85% you play like regular Star Fox game.
Yeah.
And if
But-
anything, and that
What are they supposed to do? Not to deluxe the game for Switch?
it would work just fine on Switch.
Look, I agree, and I would like to play the portions of that game that don't involve some of the weird gyro control nonsense. And there appears to be quite a lot of that.
Even like the gyro with the gamepad thing, it's like that works really well, and it's not that cumbersome as people make it out to be.
It's good if you like gyro. It's just not a control scheme for everybody. Like, I know there's a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
people... I think Splatoon warmed a lot of people up to it.
Yeah,
But I think before then, gyro was such a hard sell. And I think it's going to continue to be for every single playstyle that is trying to implement it. Like, I know I'm the odd man out here. I'd love to see what gyro controls would feel like in a Monkey Ball game. It wouldn't be as accurate, but I think it could still be really interesting. Like, to have a perfect facsimile of actually moving the board. I'd at least like to try it, but it's probably never going to be done. Like, I would have to fake it with Dolphin or something.
in this article from The Gamer, Disney's Epic Mickey: The Power of Two was was the 15th worst selling video game of all time.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay, what are they qualifying with that though? I'm assuming it's official releases.
Yeah,
Just of the console generation.
yeah, just of all video games ever released, like the worst selling ones. Number
Maybe when they
14
say
on
worth selling, I don't think that is actually quote unquote worth selling. I feel like that's more so like a list of commercial failures and like how much money was lost on this.
well, let's
Because
see.
there's definitely games that have sold much worse than that. Like,
Well, let's see.
I was gonna say like number 1, Air Raid sold like approximately 15 copies as far as we can
Well, let's
tell.
see what their
Like-
list says. And maybe this is more commercial failure, but 14 is Beyond Good and Evil.
I heard that was a big commercial flop, but that was
It's a good game though.
kind of different.
Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Number 13 is Pac-Man on the Atari.
That game actually sold well. The problem was the way it was sold.
Yeah.
Fun fact about that one, and it probably mentions it in the article. They made more Pac-Man 2600 cartridges than there were Atari 2600 consoles that had been sold at that point in time.
boss.
They were literally expecting people to buy Atari 2600s just so that they could play their awful port of Pac-Man.
Well, didn't they do that? Wasn't the same thing said about ET? Like, didn't they make more ET cartridges than Ataris?
No, the issue with ET, so ET is actually really sad because its idea was actually really cool. The world is a cube in ET. That's actually how you traverse it. Each level, or rather screen of the game, is the face of a cube, and that's how it rotates around, which is not really told to you properly, mostly because the guy who designed it, I believe it was Nolan Bushnell, who's an incredible genius when it comes to this stuff. Major member for like computer science progress. Well, he was given like 2 weeks to figure this out. And I mean, he got something out the door, but it was absolutely not the correct decision.
Give us 2 weeks to make a monkey ball pack, and actually just
Yeah,
give
we can
one
do
person
it.
2 weeks. Give one person 2 weeks to make like a full from scratch monkey ball pack with no borrowed assets.
Like, it would be tough to do it with borrowed assets.
Yeah. Now imagine
So
making
that's
the assets
like
yourself.
that. Now I get it. This is a game on what we would probably nowadays call essentially a 4-bit console, but it's still not easy. Like it's still probably tougher than like mobile development is today, and making a mobile app in a week isn't easy.
Mhm.
Like it's asking so much. And ultimately, even when you got an industry titan to do it, it's still not gonna really work. Like, I don't know how familiar you guys are with the story of Action 52's development, but it's a very similar.
I know the guy who made it was very into like those like he thought those like bootleg cartridges with like multiple games
Yeah, the Taiwanese bootlegs.
was actually ingenious, and he wanted to capitalize on that but make it good. But he didn't make it good.
Well, essentially, what he didn't understand was that those cartridges almost exclusively just stole their game ROMs from official titles. So, of course, they played well. They didn't have to worry about copyright because they were in Taiwan.
That's true.
So his idea was, okay, well, we'll do it legally, but that means that we have to make all of the games from scratch, right? I mean, how are you supposed to do that? The answer was get a couple computer science majors that were like fresh out of college, basically lock them in a recording studio for 3 months and see what
Oh
happens.
fuck.
Maybe it was more like 6 months. I don't exactly remember, but essentially what happened was oh geez, the result was that they had about as much time to make 52 games as was normally considered for an official studio to take on one game for the NES. Normally an NES game took about 6 months for a studio to do it.
And also, not to mention, they had to make Cheetah-Men like the Ninja Turtles.
Right, that was the other problem, is that they were actually making somewhat decent progress on like Atari level games, and then Vince Perry comes in with the Cheetah Men, and they're like, dude, this alone would take more time than you've given us to do 52 of these.
He's like, too bad we're making new.
And it's like,
Alright,
it's
we'll
question
make
about
a new
fine.
people.
Ninja Turtle.
Does anyone live if I go live? Does anyone mind if I go live with Festive Frenzy runs?
I'm fine.
Go for it. I mean, I'm live right now. I would hope people are okay
I would
with
hope, yeah.
with being on stream, considering they've been on stream this whole time.
But yeah, like, ugh. Let's see, where was I on this list? Number 12 is Duke Nukem Forever.
You guys heard about the 2001 build leak, right?
Yeah, it was.
For Duke
Wasn't
Nukem?
it like, gosh, wasn't it like 70% done or something?
Something like that. I think, yeah, 70% sounds right. So pretty close to finished.
It's really good.
Kind of a better game.
Yeah, it's really good.
A lot of stuff that's like just a lot more fun than what we ended up with for.
The actual.
I mean, who was the development team that just took over? Was it... For some reason I want to say Gearbox, but that doesn't sound right. But as far as I can tell, Duke Nukem Forever was actually like, there's probably 5 different builds of that game that are essentially divorced from each other. They have basically nothing to do with each other. It changed so much. Like there's, I think even like a 2.5D one from 97 that we don't have, but we have a little bit of footage of. And there's the 98 build, there's the 2001 build, there's I think a 2003 build that's very different as well.
Yo, Armac.
What the fuck is Grim
I'm a
Fandango?
bit of an Armac fan.
Grim Fandango?
Yeah, what the
That's
Thank
a
you for the
Rare game.
franchise.
Oh, Rare made this?
Yeah. Late N64 game. Did not sell well. But that's not too big of a surprise. I don't think Conquer sold very well either.
Let's see, what's the next one? Battle Cruiser 3000 AD.
Never heard of it.
Neither have I. Moving on. 9 is Psychonauts?
What was... I mean, Xbox exclusive in the early days for that console. I'm not that
I'm just going to call it David
surprised.
Stream Server. I don't know what else to call this.
I mean, I know it wasn't popular when it came out, but it has a cult following
There we
now.
go.
It is.
Okay.
Mhm. Right, because the Xbox wasn't really known for its platformers.
Yeah.
You know, the big deal with that one was online play. So, I don't think Psychonauts even had any sort of online play.
It was a single player game. What was next? Brutal Legend.
Oh my god, I've heard of that. I think that's
The Jack Black video game.
Jack Black. Okay. Is it some kind of like Guitar Hero RPG kind of thing?
I don't know. It was made by EA.
Huh.
Finished Halo 2 today. Nice.
What's next?
Did you enjoy it? Is the question.
Then Shenmue.
Dreamcast.
Yeah.
That's kind of all you need to know for that one.
I'm just happy that Shenmue 3 actually became
I
a
need to move
thing.
that.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of shows the anachronisms of a Shenmue title in the modern day. It's such a 1999 idea for a video game.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm glad that there's something modern.
This one caught me off guard. Number 6 is E.T. on Atari.
Okay.
There's 5 games worse than this, apparently.
I mean, in pop culture, there's nothing worse than E.T., but that's not really a very earned reputation. It's just kind of been mythologized by nerds throughout the late 90s.
Shit, number 5 is Okami.
Yeah, Okami wasn't a very big seller on the Wii. Kind of a weird niche title. Didn't get a lot of advertising. I didn't know what it was when it came out.
Like, that was the
I
game-
knew Amaterasu more from Marvel vs. Capcom than I did Okami.
That was the game with like the really cool brushstrokey art style, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a gorgeous game.
For the Wii, it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Just did not get the advertising it needed, and unfortunately, it was stuck on the Wii, which meant that you were stuck in standard definition. It really deserved its HD treatment, and I think it did a lot better when it got the HD treatment.
Yeah. But then there's the DS sequel, Okami Den.
There was a DS sequel?
Yeah, I think it was only in Japan though.
Wacky. How would you even do Okami
Yo,
on the
Shadow.
DS? You have 240 vertical lines. How are you gonna make brushstrokes even visible under that?
Number 4 is Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem.
Finished Halo Combat Evolved 2 years
Yeah,
ago. Halo
nobody
3
knew what
next.
Eternal Darkness was.
So fucking
Eternal Darkness actually had a bit of a crisis of people returning it because of the manual trick that they played.
yeah, people. I mean, they broke the fourth wall so hard in this game.
Oh my
that
God, so many
actually
people.
thought the games were broken.
Wait, Dairud, aren't you
Well,
a
there was
call?
that, but also on early copies, like I think it was
Dairud
the
is,
first set that was
muted
sent to
indefinitely.
stores.
Ah, okay.
What they did for Eternal Darkness was they hid the disc in the game manual. So if you opened up that sealed copy of Eternal Darkness, it was going to look like you didn't get a game.
Wait, they put the. No.
Yeah, they immediately pulled that, which is nuts. I don't know how they thought that wasn't going to like
Wait,
blow
there was
up
a
in their
disc
Thank you,
face.
Goops, for the good luck.
There's
Hi,
a disc
Shadow,
slot, but
and
it's empty because they hid the
nice
disc in the
epic
menu.
Halo binge, Armac.
Yes. Yeah, that was nuts.
Oh my god.
I mean, cool, dope idea, but you can't do
that's so funny.
you can't actually do
That's so anti-consumer.
It's brutally anti-consumer, but man, it tells you everything this game's about.
That is
right away. Like, it's perfect for Eternal Darkness. It's just,
that makes the game much
oh
better.
my god,
All right.
it's just one
Me
of those
realizing
things, I
streamer mode is
guess.
off, and I accidentally just gave everyone watching a Discord notification. No.
Yo, let's go.
I
Dope.
will turn that off. Thank you, whoever reminded me. Oh boy, more messages.
All right. Number
You got another one. Quick, DM
No,
Nambo.
don't. No, okay, I will actually. I'm ending this run. I don't even care. I need it. I need to restart streamer mode. No, I'm getting messages
Oh.
now. Stop.
I'm so
I
sorry.
would remember a message, but one, I'm on a list. And
There we
two,
go.
I'm
Okay,
on a
I need to see this image. What is
Rambo.
that? This is terrifying. Shadow, this is why.
Oh, man.
This is terrifying.
All right, number 3 on this list is a game called Lair.
This is actually genuinely terrifying, Shadow. Why?
Lair for
She's
what?
been reborn. She's been mutilated. What happened?
What? Well, wait, who got mutilated?
Shadow, can I send this in call chat? Or am I allowed to show this on stream? do I have permission?
Does this violate Twitch terms of
You
service?
don't want to get
Oh.
banned, do you?
I don't know what violates
Oh.
Twitch terms of service anymore. I don't think Twitch knows either.
Alright, I saved it as y.png. Absolutely yes. Okay, I'm apparently allowed to show this on screen. This is actually freaking terrifying.
What is it?
Shadow drew her character from the same thing that the Pachirisu from. It's a tabletop role-playing game that we're all part of. Basically, D&D, both Pokemon characters.
I can't see it under this.
She
one.
drew
Okay.
her character, but in like this, like, I don't know how else to describe it. I just have to show it on screen. Where is it?
Just Eldritch horror. Now I'm curious. I might put this on my screen.
Hold on, where is it? I don't even know where it is.
Also, the idea of doing like a mystery dungeon D&D campaign sounds awesome.
It is really fun. Where is y.png? Where did I even
Number-
put it?
Number 2 on this list is Oddworld: Stranger's Wrath.
I literally saved it.
Oddworld. Who now?
Okay, it's not showing up on stream,
Yep.
so I'll just have to post it in call chat and whatnot.
What Oddworld game did you
Strange-
say? I'm not familiar with
Stranger's
that
Wrath.
subtitle.
It's terrifying.
Stranger's Wrath. What was that for?
That was the fourth game, right?
I don't know. It doesn't.
I thought it was just Oddworld, Odyssey, and Exodus, and then the reboot games, right? Or was there more?
There's more. Not a lot, but
Huh.
it doesn't say on this list. I'll have to look that up later. But number 1 is Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric.
I believe it.
Oh, I got it. I got it on stream. Okay, here we go. Stream can see it now.
Oh my god.
This is
Oh,
look at this
What?
eldritch abomination.
Let me see. I gotta see this.
What is that?
It's a
lo-
Shadow's character is a Lopunny.
yeah, and unless
But she drew it with like a terror, like what, I don't know what this is.
It looks like Kermit the Frog.
I think
Is
it's
it?
some kind of Kermit fusion.
it's like Kermit, but also like the ears are the legs, and then there's just still other 4 arms hanging.
This
Like,
is genuinely
what's going on
terrifying.
here?
I have no idea what that thing is.
Okay, let's just get this over here.
Hold on, Shadow. Do you have a pic like the Lopunny token so that I
There
can
we
actually
go.
show what the real character looks like? Can you send me the Lopunny token art?
No, you can't.
Have
Yeah, you-
fun,
Oh,
guys.
this is what it's
There's-
inspired
that's
off
just
of.
gonna-
Nambo,
Okay,
you
everyone in
cannot
call
put
chat. It's
Lopunny
inspired off of this,
You
apparently.
cannot put Lopunny on Twitch stream. You'll get banned. It's too lewd.
What, what is that?
God.
Is that Gex? Is that
Looks
D8
like
Epic?
Gex and-
What?
It's like a melted
What
Gex
is that thing?
used with Kermit.
That's Gex on the fucking like Saturn.
Yeah.
That is Gex.
That is
I don't know what Gex run. I think that's Gex RTX right
That's like
there.
Gex,
that's
basically.
like Gex. if he was a-
RT
Oh,
Gex.
why did they never do? Why did they never do Gex RTX? I love
Okay,
it
and
already.
also call chat.
Just from
for
the
call
name.
chat. Here's
Make that a
here's her
thing.
character. The name is Bonnabelle.
Oh.
Like this is the actual art. This is also art that
Oh,
she
nice, they all
freaking
have
drew.
like that.
It's so freaking good. I need to actually show good art that Shadow made as well as
Yeah,
alongside the
Mystery Dungeon art.
abomination.
Legit. Like if you told me this was a character in Mystery Dungeon, I'd probably just believe it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pretty good.
it's really
Here.
humanoid though, which is
This
making me
is-
somewhat uncomfortable.
This is Bonnie Bell.
Yeah, but that's
She got
Lopunny in general,
sweatpants.
isn't
The fur does look like sweatpants. That's cool.
it? Here,
It is cool, though.
Let's get a comparison going here.
Fluff
You-
skirt,
you need
happy
to put art-
face.
You need to put RTX Kermit on screen.
I don't feel comfortable having this like either the Kermit picture or the drawing on screen. That makes me actually uncomfortable.
Make it a
Let's get
donation.
a before and after here, shall we?
Oh my god. Thank you for that though,
All right,
Shadow.
got 'em on
Genuinely
mics.
thank you for that. That is hysterical.
I'm saving this. I'm
There we
saving
go.
this
We
Eldritch
have
mode.
2 classic bits of Mystery Dungeon art right here.
I'm making that Kermit my profile picture, and you're
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
ping
stop
the
me.
server. Oh my god. Have
Alright,
fun
well-
causing chaos. I know you're enjoying it.
All right, I'll keep that on for the rest of this. For the next couple runs of 66 bracelets, which is called pool on this because of how I put this in the game.
I'm gonna force the group to gaze upon it. You have forced me to gaze upon it, and so I can no longer unsee it. There are 2 times in my life that I can mark significantly. Before I've seen that image and now.
My Discord's green.
Oh my gosh, Sega just changed his PFP to the bootleg Gex.
Is it Gex Night?
Gex RTX.
RT Gex.
RT Gex.
Playing Gex
Look
on the
at this.
Sega Saturn.
Hi.
Yo, Yuke.
I forget that Gex was on the Sega
What's
Saturn. Did it even run well?
Nothing much. Not my voice, God.
I'm back from dying.
I'm streaming 66
Welcome
bracelets
back.
attempts.
And I'm also
guys-
streaming
You're doing
Festive
great.
Frenzy.
Alive.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting over viral cold and laryngitis. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, you caught a cold?
Yeah, it's the same one I was sick. That I got sick with. That like I couldn't work on Festive Frenzy for a whole
Dude,
while.
imagine catching a cold when you
There's
could be
that one.
catching a hot.
Finishing getting over it.
What was I gonna say? Well, on something that might brighten your guys' day, Complex and I were talking earlier, and I think that we might have figured out the issue with the, what's it called, the memory thing.
Memory patch.
Yeah, so
Merch
that
heaps.
should hopefully be public soon.
What's the memory
Yeah,
patch?
Namo, I know that it's called merge heaps, but I have to say memory patch around people like Darude, otherwise they don't get it.
Yeah, I didn't know it. I didn't.
What
I
is the
forgot that it
memory?
was called
Wait,
Merch
can you
Heaps.
explain what the memory patch is for fucking dumb
have,
shit like me?
It lets you have things like that are like humongous, like way over 2 megabytes that work in games.
So we can have
what it does,
small
what's technically
people.
doing, is it's combining all the data that the game uses to load BGs and stages, since those are originally separate, it's combining them into one big heap of data that you can use. So basically, all the space that you could use for a BG, you can now use in a massive stage that's like twice the size of
With
file
a
size that
BG?
you used to be able to use.
Yes.
I don't
Like everything is joined together, so one thing is reliant on the other now. Like if you have one thing that's super small, the other can be super big.
Yeah, if you have a really low intensity BG, you can have really high intensity stages in the BG without it crashing.
What's considered to be
And
high
vice versa.
intensity?
Okay,
Like-
Jared, that's the issue. You can't really answer
File
that,
density?
but like it's just like you can mess with it until it crashes. That's just my go-to.
In general, you just have more space, or like what?
Yeah.
But here's the question.
Right, it's all file
But
density
here's the
based.
question.
For
It'll run on
example.
PC. Will it run on console?
Without
Yes, it does. I tested it already.
without saying anything about what
Damn,
it is,
that's
you guys know what my last stage is, right? That I've made for launch.
Yeah.
It's
probably help a lot there if it
yeah, I was
does
gonna say I
not
should have
have
more
issues.
space there.
I need to test it more.
Is the
and I
BG very
haven't-
high intensity? How close is the BG to crashing?
It's
The
no.
B-
Keep
the-
in mind, it's all vanilla values. Like merge heaps, literally, like you can probably have it like a good like 4 megabyte BG and 4 megabyte stage without it crashing.
Really?
Fucking
Probably.
shit.
Okay, so then yeah,
Eight
it will help a
megs?
ton. Yeah.
That's
I could do a
amazing.
lot more, which will be very nice, and I can
Wow.
have my 5-minute timer that I want on the stage.
And the game you can do
I'm not
that
sure
in
if the
real
timer's
time.
going to work properly.
It's crazy.
Okay, well that's fine. I can keep the 4-minute timer.
I don't know. I still have to test it more. So
But either way, I mean, if that's
I mean-
something that starts to get much more figured out, I'm more than willing to wait a little bit, because that will make a lot of things be better. To be honest.
25. Let's go. It took me a few deaths, but I got a
I
25
better
on
see
figure
some.
skating.
I
Let's go.
better see some frigid grinders in this run.
You will see some frigid grinders in this
Frigid
round.
grinders
I am
it is
one
a
of the
doing.
stages you
warpless
mentioned.
run.
I am doing warpless.
Yeah.
So there will be no skip stages, and I plan on doing eventually an all categories, all levels run RTA, where I do all 3 years so far, and I try to do all the stages in all of them. Preferably in order to kind of simulate how Ultimate is going to feel eventually when that's part of an actual ISO. So I'll start with 2020, move on to 2021, move on to 2022.
I was just gonna call the stage Rail Grinders too, but from a holiday pack perspective, it wouldn't make any sense. So I called it Frigid Grinders.
Also would have made plenty of people sad.
Why? It's not a bad level.
Well, I'm just going to be disinformative and say that Frigid Grinders is not a stage in Festive Frenzy.
Yeah,
What?
I know they removed it from the pack.
What? They fucking murdered my baby.
zooming.
Even though there's no skips in this stage, I actually really enjoy this movement. It's a lot of fun.
We regret to inform you that we've replaced your Frigid Grinder stage with Master Extra 6 spinning top.
Oh god.
Ah,
I don't know.
goalpost. Back to actual art. I'm so
Never
sorry
forgot.
I inflicted that on you. You do not need to apologize. It was really funny.
From hit.
Oh yeah, I probably should take that off mine as well.
Nambo, are you NG? You are too.
I think R2 challenge mode is awesome.
R2 story mode though?
R2 story mode, from what I've heard, this might be misinformation, so I actually don't quote me on this.
It's
But
not misinformed. I already know what you're gonna say.
yeah, from what I've heard, R2 story
Oh,
mode
no.
is mostly lifted stages from other packs.
Yeah, it's remakes or adventure.
That is correct.
imports.
Yes.
Does anyone have a download link for NGU's remake of Compact 1?
Just check pack
Did it ever
directory.
finish?
He never finished
No,
it.
he
He
only
just
has
released
the
a
story
demo.
mode done. Just
So
look
I
at
wanna
pack
play the demo.
directory.
Okay.
Yes. It's mostly alright.
I know he has a horrifying version of Endless in it.
I don't.
Why is
remember
that
playing a lot
not
of it.
surprising to me?
Dude, I can't believe
Well, I mean,
700
what, an NGU pack with Endless? Where have I heard that
the
from?
722nd time he's made Endless? Let's go.
I do hope that he finishes it soon though, because it looks exciting. Like I
He
really
said
want
he's
to
not
know.
doing it
I thought he
anymore.
wasn't doing it. Yeah.
Oh, he's giving it up.
He said he
Yeah, I
entirely.
already
canceled it.
canceled
He
it.
said
I thought
story
he's not
mode.
interested in it.
I wish there were
He
more of
said-
that in Monkey Ball speedruns. Literally play Universe.
When did you say that you
I've
can't
been telling
play
you
it? I
this every
never
single
knew
time
this.
you mentioned this, Eddie. You should play Universe.
Can somebody like find the message and link me it? Because I thought that like he just said that he had a loss of motivation. That's why he's
Wait,
not like working
what
on it
about
right now.
Universe? So what? Some of the
Well, yeah, but that was the reason
Oh
he quit
my
mediocre
god, what happened to
ball, and
Nambo's
that
stream?
took
Holy
Cherub coming
fuck.
It's probably just bitrate moment because I have it
working again
set to
for
instead of
me.
dropping frames, it drops bitrate, which means that the pixel looks the stream turns into pixels and it looks really funny.
Yo, does
It's
that mean
working
the
Wait, Eddie's
speedrun's
looking for
dead?
Eddie's looking
No,
for a
because I'm
stream
local recording, so
Okay.
It's working fine on your Discord stream, by the way. So
Yo, for your
Yeah,
winners!
well, yeah, it's just his internet.
I knew there was a skip here. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Anyway, yeah. Universe is a story pack. Go play it.
It is certified story mode exclusive.
well, I
Yes,
am now
you're
stuck in
gonna
this thing,
kill
which means I have to go
Universe.
slow here or else I'll die.
Amazing.
Okay.
So wait, STS, I mean Soldiertron, have you played Best of Frenzy yourself yet?
Not yet. I'm pretty slow.
Fucking-
Oh, you
I'm
haven't?
pretty slow on these things.
Then you should play that. Instead of
I was about to
Can
say
tell.
it's January 4th, my
you
guy.
should play this instead of 1.0 remaster.
You really should. Actually,
You know what? You're right.
play something good.
It's not bad. Like I don't think that the 1.0 remaster is that awful.
No, I
It's
should
not. Well, I mean, it is
fuck
story
that.
only.
I
but
should
yeah.
go play R2 story mode balancing act.
No, actually, that stage is pretty fast, so you'd probably be done with it in like a minute.
Judging
That depends on if you know how to
judging
play
from Logan's like 900 times speed clip in the video, I am fucking terrified.
it. In my opinion, it's in GU's. I'm not gonna say it's worst stage.
Whoa.
Worst stage of like
Whoa.
1+2 onward.
Shoutouts to Brandon for making a fucking
There we
epic
go.
as boss boner
This stage is so good.
Slider block, slider block.
Slider block incoming.
Yeah, there was some great bonus stages
Oh,
in
sounds sad.
in Merry Mayhem, even in Hello Holiday. Since I
Oh,
haven't
David, have
played
you
with
seen this strat before?
The
This
whole
strat's really funny.
Dude, Reindeer Route is such a cool stage, and I love it, but it also makes me angry because that's what I wanted to do with Rooftop Romp in year one, and I was fucking way less talented back then than I am now.
I mean, hey, Rooftop Romp is still
Improvement.
pretty fun.
Rooftop Romp is nothing compared to Reindeer Route.
So it's still like fun and unique in its own way.
Improvement.
I like how you can see the massive amounts of improvement though from the 2020 sets. Like
Yes.
Meech, that was a massive
Oh
transformation.
my God, yeah, his-
from the 2020
his
levels
best
onto the
frenzy
2020
level.
stuff.
I can't get
So
over
much
the.
better.
I can't get over some of the other ones, like the tree climb compared to like what's it called, the glacier, and now what's it called, figure skating, which is actually like fun. Like I have no problem with figure skating.
Hmm.
Glacier was like,
Yeah, it's
alright.
evolved a ton.
Figure skating.
Like he's probably the most dramatic transformation, but I think everybody's gotten a lot
Figure
better.
skating was made a lot better though because of a solid recommendation by Nambo.
Rigid Grinders. Yo, Nambo make ice stage?
There are multiple things that I wish I could go back and change about this stage if we were doing a re-release, but I don't think we are.
Soldiertron,
I
you better
refuse-
go and do it.
Well, next,
Next
year.
year.
Yeah, I don't want to wait a year though.
But I will say I do think the stage is plenty
The
fun.
year gives you more hindsight.
Guys, I can't wait for Super Ice Ball. Stardust to come out.
I mean, basically,
Super Ice Ball.
Yo, ice
Super
stage.
Ice and Bounce Pad Ball, basically.
Yo,
This
Nambo.
stage will get way better if merge heaps patch.
Well, what
Comes
do you
to
want to
fruition.
change about it? Like, what are the big things you're gonna add to it?
So the idea of this stage was that you'd actually unwrap each individual present, which would be each one would be a toy. So the idea is that you're like going around, and the train is supposed to take you to different parts of the stage. Whereas
yeah, I
in this,
get
I
that,
just
but,
didn't
like-
have nearly enough room. But the idea was to have a lot more going on with it.
Yeah, because I thought it was kind of weird that it only had the four.
It almost crashed. It was
was
almost
cool.
crashing.
This
I
stage,
thought the four was
Yeah.
fine, honestly. I'm not sure how much larger it's meant to be, but
this stage gives me Toy Story 2.
Well,
on
at the
Sega
very
Dreamcast
least, it
vibes.
needs the Christmas tree. So
yeah, we can definitely have the Christmas tree. I'm not sure like what
yeah,
things
the
you want to change.
the Christmas
Oh.
tree the Christmas tree that Fanta made is like 4K tries or something.
This
or-
gives me mad Toy Story 2 on Sega Dreamcast vibes.
I sort of want to
Can't
change
relate.
the tree for this one.
Also, I need to read Eddie's discussion question after I'm no longer in the middle of a giant minute-long stage.
I like how a lot of N64 and PS1 games were on the Dreamcast, and like the Dreamcast, it was like the equivalent of the GameCube and the PS2.
Yes, the Monkey Ball coming out on Dreamcast E3 Special Edition.
Like
Good.
Spider-Man 2000 on PS1 and Nintendo 64 looks amazing on Dreamcast.
The other thing too is
I unironically want to find like a Naomi GD
This,
JAMA board.
this might sound weird.
Because you could burn your own GD ROM.
Man.
Part of me wonders if
First
like
try.
the
first
images
try.
that like the Twitter Monkey Ball account posted for like the E3 Monkey Ball stuff. I wonder if they literally just like went to TCRF and like paraphrased what they said, because they said basically the exact
Oh
same
wait,
stuff,
post goal.
like on there.
Is
Yeah, I
the-
got the post goal. Let's go.
Was it ever
It's certainly
was
possible.
it ever confirmed if the Monkey Ball 1 arcade debug stages were what they were going to look like on the Dreamcast version before they shifted development over to the GameCube?
They are literally copy pasted from arcade. They just work because
I was gonna say they're in arcades debug, aren't they?
oh rip Nambo.
And what was I gonna say?
This button is
There-
button, right? Boom.
Like
Oh,
the
that's not
screenshots
gonna
of the
make it
Dreamcast version
cheap.
just look like the GameCube one, but like
Uh,
worse. That's all it really looks like.
This button instead. Come on.
Yeah.
like
Because were they actually trying to super it, or were they
This
just
button.
trying to
I
port
mean,
Monkey Ball Arcade?
it was definitely not a port of Monkey Ball Arcade. Like you could tell, like
Ah,
they had
come
different
on.
backgrounds, so even when it was on Dreamcast.
Couldn't you-
Discussion. Is talent
I
something you
see.
can improve at, or is it something you just have, and improving is just the effort you put in and how efficiently you
A talent
distribute
is something that you're gifted with, and you can improve on a talent. But just because you're talented at something doesn't mean you're an expert at it.
I think a lot of this can be more naturalistically explained.
You know, Ghost One's
Like, I think a lot of people attribute talents to just things that naturally have appeal.
I
to you.
Yeah.
hard
Like,
disagree. I feel like the things I'm talented in are the things that I've done the most, or the things I've practiced the most. I've to really just pick up anything
well, at
and
that
be.
point, it's not really talent; it's skill.
I prefer using the word.
I think
skill
that
more.
that depends on how people
I
use the word talent. Some
disagree.
people use the word talent to like kind of discriminate between skills that are you're born with versus skills that you like hone over time. But I honestly think that most skills fall under the skill category, even when people call them talents.
That's what I was gonna say, because I like
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me or don't really like believe in like just being born good to do something.
Do you guys
I
want to
mean,
hear me?
I think some
Definitely.
people. I think a very, very small amount of it can be hereditary, but very.
Do you
little.
guys
mean-
want to hear me? Do
Puzzle
you want
blocks.
to hear
talking
my
about-
talent? Do you want to hear me play Toxic Caves from Sonic
If,
Spinball? on
if
piano?
you're talking about talent, it'd be something like you can jump
That's just
very
okay.
high.
Yeah.
So
that
therefore,
makes
you're good at basketball or football. Like, I
Or, like-
guess I can see
Mhm.
that, but I don't believe in he's good at piano. It's his talent. He was born with it. Like that's not a.
No,
that's not a
nobody's born
thing.
good at an instrument.
Well,
Like, yeah,
yeah.
it might come in your family.
If it runs in
and
the family,
maybe you
then
have some sort of
that's
like.
just you being raised around it and you having a lot of
Yeah.
experience
Mhm.
with it, and that experience
That's
isn't
the
talent.
Absolutely.
More like an advantage instead of a
Yeah,
talent.
Now, maybe you could make the case that there's some kind of like biological difference that makes you more inclined to do
Well,
that thing even outside of being raised around it. But
I tend to argue that
If that's
that you're,
possible, it's
that
really
you're
hard to
talented
quantify.
at something if you are one of the best at something.
Aizona.
Zona high.
If you are like
yeah, but
LeBron
how do you define
James,
one of the best at something?
you are
Yeah, he's
extremely talented at what you do. You're the best at what you do, whether it's practiced or whatever. You are the best, and like that's it. That's talent.
I feel like athletics are separate from the arts at that point, though, because
Sure.
you are just born more with a greater skill ceiling at that given profession. You know.
Does anyone want to hear me
I-
play Toxic Caves on piano?
I don't know if I like. I mean, yes, asterisk, because when it comes to sports, your physical stature matters. However, like
There's still overcoming stuff like
Yeah,
that
they-
and
they-
being able to perform
absolutely.
past what you're expected, like
yeah,
body
Yeah.
type performance might be.
But like I,
and I think
Yeah.
a good example actually that almost counteracts that is if you look at. I'm going to go back to pianists because this is what I know. If you look at pianists, J.S. Bach had extremely small hands, which is absolutely horrible for the piano. However, he overcame it and became one of the greatest composers that ever lived.
Right. He was also deaf and somehow managed to.
Yeah,
Also,
it was Beethoven. That's
sorry for-
talent.
I'm
No,
sorry.
sorry for
I
interrupting. I
always
was just saying,
mix
so I was trying to ask earlier if anybody wanted to hear him. I was saying,
Oh, I forgot.
there's people like live right now, so that's probably why no one has said yes yet.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry. I don't want to destroy.
well,
the
if
flow of the
anyone wants to
discussion
hear
either.
it, they can say yes, and I'll move over to the shushy quiet time. I'll play it for like 2 minutes, and then I'll come back.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do that. Yeah.
Really nice PB.
Also,
Thank you
wow.
for the GGs,
Yeah,
everyone.
YouTube
I got
upload and I'll
I
do
got
a
the sub
little
20.
post
This is
or
my first
something.
actual like run where I didn't get stuck anywhere. It felt like there were a lot of deaths. I died 21 times, but I don't feel like I got stuck anywhere per se. I think that was just like an overall decent run.
If any,
Pretty
okay,
cool
yeah, I want to
doing
go over the shushy quiet time and play Toxic Caves on piano. If anyone wants to hear it, they're welcome to. But I'm only gonna be in there for like 2-3 minutes, and then I'm gonna jump back in here.
Epic. Enjoy playing.
You.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
I like Ribbon. That's a cool strat. Garland is a pretty fun strat, which I kind of figured. Nonogram, we expected that skip. It's just really hard to manip that.
I don't know. I think there's a really good. It's an older Adam Neely video.
Wait,
which I
has
think
anyone
is
ever
supposed to
pressed
better
every single
material,
switch on
but
nonogram?
Yeah.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah, I done.
I was almost
If
going
you
to do it
just
accidentally
run-
before I saw the banana cheese.
If you run at the buttons, even if they're slow pressing, you pretty much always live as long as you start from where you spawn and you run the other direction.
Yeah.
Because you'll always flip. You always jump
it?
upwards.
I'm gonna level with you. I've never liked Picross, so I'm really glad there was the banana bunch cheese on that stage.
There's also the just click all the buttons and don't die when you hit the red ones. Pseudo cheese, but that one's like fine. It's like, you know, you mess something up,
Yeah,
and it's
whatever.
harder.
It's
It's definitely harder
time-consuming.
to live on the ones that you mess up than it is on the ones that you get right.
Yeah,
That's
it
no-
for sure is.
It's it's possible, but it's just really tough because the red ones like they are slow and you have to like be on.
Well,
the,
all you have to do is go through the button while moving north on the stage,
Yeah.
and if you're moving
Yeah,
north on the
that's
stage,
it.
you will slope up the thing. Levels look
Yep.
really good in this pack. Heck yeah!
I'm glad. you
Everyone,
like this
everyone
one.
did a phenomenal job.
2,800.
All of
Michael,
the
2,800.
visuals and whatnot. Michael, 2,800.
Unmute, peasant.
Can we hear the Mike 280 voice?
Say no.
No.
Okay. Oh, I did.
He is my puppet.
Irene is just holding a bunch of little strings, making Mike 280 say things.
Yes.
It's actually just a text-to-speech program.
It's a very advanced text-to-speech program. Hi, Mike.
Hi, how's it going?
Keep going, bro.
I gotta turn mic up.
Going good.
I should be back in about 2 days from now, so it's fun.
New Rude mic is quite different. Yeah, I noticed that when you first joined BC. New mic.
Yeah, I got a Blue Yeti over Christmas. I actually sound like a person now.
You sound crisp and clear.
Yep.
Not to say that you sounded like shit before.
I did sound like shit before. I love the HyperX Cloud 2 headset. It's my headset I have, but I will say the mic was absolutely terrible.
Yo,
I'm
Shadow
kind of in the
Shadow
same
says
boat.
Blue Yeti gang.
Yeah, the Blue Yeti is honestly kind of OP. I'm not gonna lie. It's a really solid mic because like I'll be I can leave it here on my desk. It's like right next to me, right? And I'll go sit on my couch, which is like 6, 7, 8 feet away. If I sit on my chase, it's like 10, 12 feet away. 10 feet away, let's just say that. And like I could just be sitting on my Switch and talk normally, and I will come clear through the mic. It's insane.
It's just got very good range. As
Yeah.
far as like, if you don't want to invest in an audio interface and get into a ridiculous amount of armchair engineering just to get decent audio, Blue Yeti's a great
it's
option.
plug and play. It's like I'm actually like really happy with it because like
And it's pretty much the highest echelon of plug and play
Yeah.
mics, at least for now.
I like it a lot.
It's good for that.
Isn't Blue Yeti one of those types of mics that has like an arm or something?
No, it's a stand. You
Oh,
can
It's a stand based. I think it has like
It-
a mounting
I
bracket
think you can
that you
get-
can get for it.
you
I
can
think
get other mics by Yeti. I think there's other
Well, they make really
models.
good XLR mics that are like $5,000, but
like as far as like, I mean, this thing is like, I think it's $110, $120 on Amazon, and you'll find it marked down to like 80 every so often.
If this run dies, can you play your bonus stage? This run is basically already off to a bad start, so yeah, I can play the bonus stages.
And the Blue Yeti is just for talking to people, right? Like,
oh wait, that's not a run.
No,
it's not like a professional grade mic.
Yeah, it's professional grade mic. A lot of streamers actually do use it because
I'll open up all the bonus stages here to
So-
show how they play.
it's
do
a
you
good
just
cheap
use
mic with high
headphones?
quality.
and do you just use regular headphones for like audio coming in or something?
I'm still using my HyperX Cloud 2 headset.
We're back. Hi.
But instead of using the microphone associated with it, welcome back. But instead of like using the
Back.
microphone associated with the headset, I just switch it to the microphone on the Blue Yeti, and that's it.
How much does it cost, by the way? Because I might get one myself, honestly. Because
So I think on Amazon it's normally like $110 or $120, but you can find it marked down to like 80 every so often. So like just kind of like tag it and check every so often.
my grandparents gave me $100 Target gift card that I want to use. I'm super thankful for it, and I couldn't think of anything to use it on. But if there's like a Blue Yeti at Target or something, then I'm probably just gonna spend it on that.
I'm not sure that they would have it, but you can check.
Yeah,
I think they usually do.
Do they?
Actually, they sell a lot of the Yetis and the Snowballs at a lot of department stores like that.
I forgot about snowballs.
Snowballs aren't that bad either
Yeah,
for a $50
no.
mic. They don't
Yeah,
sound
no,
that
they're.
bad.
I actually do like those.
Yeah,
Always
that's,
surprised me whenever
that's
someone
Frosted
says they
Windowsill?
have,
They just have poor range.
which is fine because like if you're gaming anyways, you're gonna be close to your mic anyways.
Yo, Soldatron.
It's also
Name
hard to
change
mount
moment.
because it's just
I
a
You
have-
ball.
actually got the
have-
name change on Switch.
Yeah, I did. I do have the name change on Twitch.
Swag.
I had to
Also-
I had to reset my Twitch password. God damn it.
Also, this is Wine Glasses by Darude, by the way.
The stage sucks.
I disagree.
I
think
had to
this is
literally
fun.
uninstall and reinstall Chrome to get Twitch to run again.
I was streaming Sonic and Chaotix.
It just doesn't really play the way I initially envisioned it. So I wish it would play a little bit better, but it's okay.
is it because of like the curve parts not being like big enough for you to?
Oh, that might be part of it. I was
Yeah, I
definitely
think-
rushed and lazy, but
What could help
It
is just
wasn't
making the
even that.
curves like a wider turn radius.
so
It
like
doesn't have to be that much.
what I was hoping that the stage would play like is like as soon as you go forwards here, you don't have anywhere to go. That then you can go diagonally backwards and have plenty of height to then land back on it and ramp and then go the other way. And so you could just continuously play it instead of having these wormholes. But I didn't have enough time to really figure it out. So yeah, so it kind of plays like trash. But
I think it's fun.
yeah,
I think the only thing is the slope being
And then-
slightly larger for each.
This is
and
the
I
other
think that's,
bonus
like, the
stage.
only
This
problem
one-
with it.
This one's a little bit silly. I kind of made it on a whim, like last second, because I thought it'd be a funny idea. It's literally just these rotating cubes, because I wanted to make something kind of
I
inspired
thought
by
it was
the
funny.
Because
freaking.
I
There's like this
Yeah, but-
mini challenge in one of the SpongeBob games where you
Yeah,
like
I
go
was gonna
as
say.
Patrick on the spinning
Yes.
cubes. That's what I was
Floating block
trying to
challenge.
recreate.
What, the floating block challenge from SpongeBob?
Yeah,
Yes.
I was trying to recreate the feeling of that.
Yes, from the movie game. Yeah.
I think it worked.
well, that's how
and
you
of
do the
course there's
punch.
ice on it too.
Honestly, when I saw this stage, I was
The movie game
I was
really
really
deserves
thinking
a
about that
remaster.
floating
Yeah,
block theme. I was
it's
like,
not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. But Rehydrated sold well too,
It
didn't
did. It did, but I don't know if they're focused on the Cosmic Shake right now, and even then, it wouldn't make sense to release it now as its own game. It would make more sense to expand Battle for Bikini Bottom storage and just put it all in there as DLC.
Yeah, that's all. That's all the bonus stages. Everything else gets played in
Honestly-
the runs. So I'll go back to doing runs.
If we got movie game DLC for Rehydrated, that would be fine because it should be built off the
If
same.
there's any other stages people want to see casually played, by the way, in between runs, if the run strat doesn't quite show off the stage well enough, then I'm happy to play them between runs because this pack deserves showing off because it's sick.
The only difference between the movie game and Battle for Bikini Bottom is one, there's slight visual changes, and
They're so mild.
It's very mild things like the Viking helmet in like the uppercut Viking helmet in Battlefield Bikini Bottom is a boxing glove in the movie game.
You don't even
Yes,
have to
that's the
keep
only
that. Like
difference.
honestly, like it is a neat little aesthetic touch, but
Like the
I don't
cruise
really
missile,
mind.
like the famous cruise missile used in speed runs, it's an air guitar in the movie game, but they all perform the
Mhm.
exact same way.
God, I don't even.
Right, they
I
haven't
know
been
so much
altered.
more
Also, no
about the
Sunday-
movie game than I
Sandy.
know about the freaking
Same.
like Battle for Bikini Bottom. Like
Same.
I know it as the guitar and as the boxing glove.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
See, this is weird because I never ever saw the movie game in stores or anything,
Dude,
but I grew up with Battle
I
for Bikini
love-
Bottom, so the movie game is kind of this foreign thing
The movie
to me
game is
in a lot of ways. I've never even played the whole
so
thing.
the movie game is like not saying that Battle for Bikini Bottom isn't linear. Battle for Bikini Bottom is very linear collectathon, but it's more open ended than the movie game. But
It's like a hub and spoke type.
yeah, the movie game.
collectathon.
So like the first game is like Sonic Adventure 1, where the second game is like Sonic Adventure 2.
Okay, yeah. Because I noticed it all seemed to be linear. I don't really get why it had as many collectible elements if it's going to be linear, but that's probably just because the engine was kind of made for that kind
Well, I
of game.
think what they wanted to do was
So-
tell the story of the movie through the Battle for Bikini Bottom gameplay, but the developers realized that there's
Mhm.
not as much to work with in the movie as there is in the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob. So
Right.
they probably they made their game, made their MacGuffins that you had to collect, and then threw in a whole bunch of padding.
I don't think it was
Yeah.
padding. I think it was awesome. I love
It was
that
good.
game.
No, it was good padding.
I've heard that there's weird like collectathon bottleneck issues though.
Yeah, a
for
lot
progression.
of the.
It's probably nowhere near as bad on New Game
Oh no.
Plus.
A
What do
lot
I
of-
do here?
a lot
I
of the-
walk back here. That's ice, I think.
Oh, let me turn mic up because I,
I
can't
get
hear him.
fling up that, go
Oh
around.
yeah, I forgot. I gotta turn up mic.
Ah, shoot.
Mike, you were saying something?
About they just I think the purpose of those, I mean, yeah, they're kind of dumb, like with Mindy, was just like, otherwise the collectibles didn't really have a purpose, like the tokens.
Yeah, they really did
So I
not.
guess that's why
Right.
they existed. I mean,
It's like why have goober tokens in a linear platformer?
Hmm.
Like it kind of be like the new Super Mario Brothers games having.
Did
Do you
power
need
Talking
to
ups.
about-
talk?
I mean the new Super
I-
Mario Bros.
I've-
game had sparkle
Wait, what are you
wings.
talking about?
We're talking about the
Yeah,
padding
but-
in the SpongeBob movie game.
Oh,
Oh, are you talking about like the
Also-
floating block challenges and all that stuff?
Yeah, like there's whole bunch of
Cosmic
padding.
Shake
There's
is not
there's
gonna
mini
probably have
games.
any collectibles.
there's
besides-
so much padding mini games in that game. There's the floating block challenges. There's the SpongeBob levels. There's
I like some of the floating block challenges, but I see
there's
what
the
you're saying.
battle arena,
Yeah.
which is just kill 50 enemies.
Yeah, those
The
were
battle
lame.
arena was always the most
Mhm.
frustrating part for me because it felt like it just a slog.
yeah.
I feel like
and
they
then-
could have been not
Yeah.
lame, but they were lame.
Then there was
The battle.
Then there
Yeah.
was the driving and slide levels, not the main campaign playthrough, but the bonus ones, which was do a time trial,
Challenges
do a
and
ring
the-
challenge, do
Yeah.
a harder time trial.
That's what brings down the entire game, and I have a friend who plays it constantly, and not really constantly, but he replayed it recently, and it gave him like nightmares trying to get everything 100% completed. It's terrifying.
It's a slog.
Yeah.
I remember the weird issue with those driving games is that even if you met all of the requirements on your first playthrough, it didn't matter. You still had to do it the other time again, even though you'd already beaten the requirement.
Yeah.
And had a
It's
bad
like,
night.
That oversight, had it been solved,
Remember
that
to
wouldn't have
hydrate.
even
Oh,
really
I need
been
to
a
get my
problem.
water out. Yeah, I literally had a water that I had at my desk, but I put it in my
I vividly remember.
computer bag earlier.
Cosmic
I should
Shake
get
is
it back
probably
out.
gonna be. I
I
don't know
vivid-
what it's gonna be like.
I vividly remember as a kid, like playing the game, having a good time. Was a little annoyed by all the padding, but I was like, oh, I'm so
Big whale,
close to the,
shadow.
I'm
Did
so
you get
close to the end of the
infinite
game.
loading
And then they
screen?
and no, oh, the infinite loading screen bugs. Yeah, I got those a couple of times.
PS2 specific, I'm
No, it was on
guessing.
GameCube.
Oh, oof.
I also think I
I'll
saw
finish that
infinite
up.
loading screens once or twice.
I don't
Yeah.
think I ever saw that.
It's very rare on the GameCube version, but it happens more in the PS2 version, but it can happen in the GameCube version.
I had the GameCube
Rough.
version. I had
Well,
Battle
The PS2 had such a
Battle-
terrible time with all of that. Like, even good games had those problems
Yeah.
a lot on PS2. Early DVD drive.
But
is what it is.
I remember as a kid having like 40 goober tokens, and I was like, oh, finally, like, oh, all that padding's done. And then I get to drive of the Knucklehead McSpazitron, which is the second to last level, and then it hits you with a fucking paywall of 50 tokens, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I have to go.
I
You have
the
to like,
Because it happens more than
Yeah,
It gets,
but, like,
it gets annoying.
the padding at the end is ridiculous because by that time you only really have 40 tokens, and then it just slaps you with the, oh, you need 10 more.
But you know, if you experience it as a new game plus thing,
It's really good.
I think it's
New
fine.
Game Plus, when you're just doing the linear pathway through the game, it's a
grind
great
time.
game.
And to compensate for not having to do the slides and the sandwich races a bunch of times, you just go to the hardest setting for all of them and just, here you go,
Oh,
beat it.
come on.
They're not hard to find it's not hard to find the shortcuts on them. Because it's a lot like Sand Mountain doesn't hold your hand like that in Battle for Bikini
Yeah, it
Bottom.
really doesn't.
So,
But-
and it's great. I love Sand
But I
Mountain.
remember as a kid, the macho time challenge for the rock bottom, the trench slide level. I was convinced it was impossible, and the only way to beat it was to take like 2 like non-intentional shortcuts where you can like jump off these ends of the track and somehow make it to further parts of the track where it fucks up some cycles. Like there's these rotating platforms with spikes on one side and it's flat on the other.
Oh,
And the-
I know those. I know those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
remember
know exactly what
that.
you're talking about.
And the gimmick with that is like they stop spinning like right when you get towards them, so you have to make a quick decision to jump on the right one. But if you sequence break this one part of the game, you
Oh.
skip the trigger for them spinning, and they're already predetermined.
Ooh.
I
Oh.
think the trench slide was where I got stuck as a kid. I don't think I ever got past that.
The trench slide was really hard.
I've
Yeah,
played
I've
movie
seen the
game
rest of
like
the game, but I never
multiple
played it.
times, and I'm like used to the entire gameplay of it.
Right, eventually you can
Yeah.
kind of become numb
But
to
I
it,
prefer
but
BFBB.
nostalgia and all
I
that.
think the worst level in the game is
No.
the
Come
Goofy
on.
Goober Land stage.
Really? I loved
The-
that level as a kid.
The the
The,
dream.
the drive, it's the driving one.
Yeah.
Oh. I thought
Where you
you were
have-
talking about...
No, not the second one. I'm Ready Depression is a great level, but the
I'm coming round to
it
GL.
doesn't happen in the
Thank you,
movie.
A-Box.
They literally make a level that does not happen in the movie where SpongeBob and Patrick just
A-Box is
dream
cool.
that they're in Goofy Goober Land.
Sunday drive school.
Yeah, Sunday driving school or whatever. And the whole point of the level is to follow Goofy Goober to the exit, but he's really fucking fast.
Yeah.
And then on the third lap he takes a shortcut.
Lots of big stages. Yeah, the amount we commented on this on my stream earlier today. It's kind of fun how like even outside of just ice stages in general, it feels like the holiday packs, specifically the Christmas ones, focused a lot on speed stages.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've been kind of
I
on
think
the speed
finding ice
stage
platforms made
recently.
that.
Oh,
I think the fact that ice platforms were discovered somewhat recently or engineered recently made everybody be like, "Oh, I want to make a speed stage
I
with
mean,
this."
who do you think made
So they
I
did,
could have done
and it was
that.
glorious.
Me when I made Taffy Highway.
I didn't.
Mm,
But
and it was glorious.
Thank you.
I didn't even if I could have.
You got
I
room for
just
one
didn't
more
have
on
the
that,
time.
BC? I mean, I don't think anyone's stopping you. Go ahead.
There's no hard
we are
count here, but
overloading.
Good luck.
Oh, almost.
Hey, Boots.
No way, we about to have a 10-man VC. Speaking of games that I played as
Plenty
a
in there. A
kid,
few.
I
It's the root
played
server.
I
if you're in
played
it.
a lot of the SpongeBob movie game on Game Boy Advance.
I never played any of the GBA SpongeBobs. Some
two
of
of
them look
them.
kind
I
of
played the
cursed.
Creature from the Krusty Krab on the DS and the Wii.
Yo, I played Creature from the Krusty
Creature
Krab
from the
on
Krusty Krab is such a-
GameCube. That is a really weird game.
I
I
love
remember
the sound,
such a
the
weird game.
soundtrack to that game
I
is amazing.
appreciate it, for how weird it is, but it's not like
I don't know what it's trying
well
to be.
aged, I'm sure.
The only
Yeah,
the only
I don't
it's
think it
weird.
knew what it was trying to
the
be
only
either.
DS
It's just kind of you're just along for the
the only
ride.
DS SpongeBob games I played were one of them. I don't even know if you want to count as a SpongeBob game because it's Nicktoons Battle of the Toy Bots, but
Kind of. He's on
he's
the
on the
cover.
cover. But the other one was Drawn to Life SpongeBob edition.
Have you played the Atlantis SquarePants?
I played that.
Truth or Square on the DS.
No, I've not.
I
not
They're
I played that one.
generally
Square.
one of the most visually impressive DS games I've ever seen.
But Drawn
Really?
to Life.
Played the
Drawn
Wii
to
version
Life-
of Truth or Square.
Oh yeah, the Wii version is just like the third movie game.
Yeah, basically.
Kind
really-
of. It just Heavy Iron was out of ideas.
I
Ah.
personally love Truth or Square because it's probably the best looking SpongeBob game of that era.
It has a nice looking cell shaded look to it, doesn't it?
No,
Yeah. Oh
it's
no, you're
not
thinking
No?
of
cel-shaded.
Revenge of the Flying.
Maybe I'm thinking of Creature from the Krusty
I
Krab.
think of Revenge of the Flying Dutchman or Creature from the.
No, not Dutchman has a very unpolished cell shaded look to it.
Yeah.
It didn't really work
Um,
because they didn't finish any of the animation rigs for
that's
anybody.
true.
It looks so weird.
Yeah.
But
One time they got Clancy Brown for a game, and it was that.
no,
Yeah.
Clancy Brown was in the GameCube game.
He was
Clancy's
in
Brown is the newest one too.
Did they? Is it just Battle for
Whoa,
Bikini
wow.
Bottom?
No,
the movie
it's-
game?
It's a lot of them.
It's
that
Truth or Square, Battle for Bikini Bottom.
The expensive people aren't in.
He was in the
After a
movie
while.
game though, for some
Yeah,
reason.
he was.
Why is it just Battle for Bikini? Just get him back for Rehydrated.
They didn't
They
re-record
just record
it.
new lines for him.
because union stuff, but they can do it now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they couldn't.
Damn,
do
first
Mermaid,
try. Let's
and they
go.
couldn't do
And-
Mermaid Man either because he
Oh
died.
yeah.
And there's also like
Yeah,
Nickelodeon.
Right, they
Yeah,
can't
Mermaid
re-record
Man,
Mermaid
right.
Man. I get it. for
Nickelodeon
that.
also
Actually, no, wait. I think
streaming.
when Rehydrated,
No, he was
I-
definitely dead when Rehydrated was being made.
Because fans, I
uh,
think he died shortly after the announcement the game was being made. Because fans were hoping that they would get Clancy Brown and whoever voiced Mermaid Man to like come back and do the voice line.
I can't remember his name either.
And then
I feel bad.
and then he fucking died. Like I think during development.
Yeah, it was too late. They hadn't even started voice lines yet. I bet.
I don't know what that verb
It's a shame.
means, but heck yeah.
Have you
But
seen,
Yeah, Ernest Borgnine died in
Who the
2012.
fuck's using
So I don't know what you
verbs?
guys are talking about.
Oh
2012.
what the fuck? Never mind. Yeah, he dead.
I
He
thought it
was-
was like
Oh, he
2017.
dead as hell.
I think you're thinking of
Wow.
Yeah.
Tim Conway.
Was it Barnacle Boys actor
I
maybe?
think that's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, I think Barnacle Boy's actor recently passed away.
yeah,
I think that was in 2017.
Probably.
Which still isn't that recent, I guess. It's been 5 years.
But
But
I was gonna say in Drawn to Life SpongeBob on the DS, the final boss is Doodle Bob, and you get you erase his face and you get to draw a new face on Doodle Bob.
oh, it's awesome. That's like the perfect place to put like a draw to life or Scribble Knots game. Having SpongeBob and going up against Doodle Bob. It's great.
Mia
I need-
Holyman,
I need-
EAO Manoi.
I want to get Guitar Hero mods
thank you.
working one day so I can have an entire band of Doodle Bobs.
Did anybody play SpongeBob Super Sponge on the PlayStation 1?
Yes.
Yes!
That game was really fun.
No! Oh,
I've-
I died at
Sonic-
the end of
I've
Perfect
heard
Day.
of
Sponge
Super
Collision.
Sponge.
Sonic the Sponge
It
Hog.
has like one of my favorite SpongeBob songs, the Industrial Field / Oil Rig theme.
It has the
Yeah,
Oh, it
had
has the
good music.
Pantera track?
Yeah, we were
Oh, that's legit.
Super
Beware of the
Sponge.
button.
Super Sponge has like the best death sound in any video game.
hmm
I just remember as a kid being like, what the hell is this? Why is this 2D? This isn't an SNES game. Clearly, young me never played Symphony of the Night.
I think it was a Game Boy Advance game that they
Come on.
that they upgrade ported to the PS1.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
because it was on the Game Boy Advance as well, and I think that's where it came out first.
Okay, this run has no chance anymore of PBing, but I'll still finish it out because healthy
Weird.
to finish out runs since I haven't done that many yet.
Normally
Yeah,
it would be a downgrade from console to handheld, but I think it was an upgrade from handheld to console.
Which is very very rare, actually. You could probably count on one hand the times that this happened. but
Say what you want about the SpongeBob Game Boy Advance games. The movie game actually on Game Boy Advance had some decent sprite animation.
I need to find screenshots of the DS SpongeBob games.
I'm not super
because they
familiar
are
with it.
really,
Well,
really...
have you ever played Monkey Ball Dimensions?
Yeah, you use the one of the.
I
themes
used
in
the bonus music from SpongeBob on Game Boy Advance because it's a
Yeah.
fucking bop.
I used to
Yeah.
have a song from Super Sponge in Madness. I don't anymore.
I remember in the early demos of Dimensions, I used 3,000 Miles
One
to
more
Shell
try.
City.
Okay.
I know you also used the trees from Battle for Bikini Bottom and the 3.0
Yeah, I used
BG, didn't
yeah
you?
because when
Yeah,
I was
I
on
made
the
a couple
model,
of SpongeBob backgrounds.
when I was on
They're
like the
pretty-
model website, I was looking for some tree models, and the SpongeBob tree was like the only tree that was like a 3D model that wouldn't crash the game. So I used that one and I retextured it.
Let's see.
One more.
Post goal.
I keep dying early.
Oh, I don't think I got.
I'm gonna do one more shot and then I'm gonna take a breather. That might be it for this for tonight. I don't know. Might just chill for a bit and then might come back to it.
All right, now
Might just do some more tomorrow.
now now we're gonna talk about how we all played Sonic Riders as a kid and thought we were being thrown into the deep end of a pool.
No, I never played that.
Yep. You never played it?
No.
I did, and I remember that. I remember being like, why is this so difficult?
Literally, there's a mechanic.
Why?
There's a mechanic in the game that the game literally never tells you about. I don't even think it tells you in the instruction book. But on certain ramp jumps, if you hold down, you take an alternate route. The game doesn't tell you can do that. I was always wondering, like when I was playing Metal City, I'm like, how the fuck are these people going up there?
Jeez.
My first Sonic game was either Sonic OS6 or Sonic Rush on DS. I don't remember.
Strange. One of
Which-
them's
Probably
one of the
Rush,
worst
because those.
to one of the best.
Well, that's so weird to me as well because I don't know how any of us like mid 2000s era kids became Sonic fans because it's like unless you knew about the older ones, his current entries were 06 and Shadow the Hedgehog
Well, apparently
for a while.
Apparently, someone made a video essay recently about how Secret Rings revived the franchise back when it came out, but now people hate it.
Yeah, that was Geek Critique, which I don't remember feeling that at all at the time.
Apparently,
But I guess it was.
it must.
People liked it.
The reason why it sold extremely well and boosted sales, well, one, it was on the Wii. It was also launched.
And that was back when Wiimote controls were actually cool for a minute.
So everyone picked up Secret Rings and was like, "Yo, this is cool! You turn Sonic like a car."
Because they liked that, apparently.
And
That's what the series
and I
needed.
will-
That's how you revive it from the
I will
classics.
die on this hill that Secret Rings is still a good game.
It's a good game if you've already beaten it once.
It was good. It was good. I remember when you guys were struggling with the pot mission, and I literally booted it up on my Wii and did it first try with no upgrades.
That's because you had all the movement upgrades.
No, I turned them all off.
Did you? I don't remember you doing this, but I'll believe you for
I
this one.
turned them all off and did it on my first try.
Because, man. Now, great. Oh wait, that was also during the time when I didn't have a good controller profile.
There we go. Oh my god, finally.
Like I was trying to map Secret Rings to a GameCube controller. It was not working out.
Yeah,
Eventually, I realized somebody actually made a good one already. for
Nonogram.
PS4,
In,
so-
I like
in
Secret
RTA,
Rings.
Nonogram is the secret sequel to Side Goal Training.
I like Secret Rings better than Black Knight
Yeah.
because Black Knight. The flaw I have with Black Knight is the complete opposite problem I have with Secret Rings. Secret Rings is way too linear for its own good, whereas like Black Knight, if you want to go fast in Black Knight, you pretty much the whole gimmick of the game, which is swordplay,
can I make that?
you're
Yeah, I
just
can make
encouraged to ignore
Easy.
it.
Yeah, that is a problem with Black
Which makes
Knight.
the-
I still think it's a good game.
Which makes the game
I still think it's better than Secret Rings.
but
But-
inherently that makes the game run down hallways and jump over enemies the game.
Yeah, but that's how Secret Rings felt a lot of the
Secret
time
Rings
too.
had more set pieces, like more scripted events where you would like
It did have.
yeah, there
Mhm.
was the Triceratops chase, there was like the scaffolding parts. There was like really tight movement sections. There was one level there was a wind mechanic, and then in another level that like there was like surfing on logs and stuff. And then the best level in the game, Pirate Storm, had you surfing on the ocean and then riding bullets in the sky. It was really cool.
I will never be updating this
Huh.
command ever again. I was literally just about to say, do you plan on updating that ever?
What does
shoot!
what does Black Knight have? SA2 references
Go, go,
and
go.
jumping
Think of the
over
go, go,
enemies.
go. This run's already dead. It's fine.
It actually has a really good story up until the end.
Yeah,
It's kind of unfortunate. It has one of the best stories since SA2, maybe just in general. And then it kind of falls apart.
yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Fuck you, Merlina.
Yeah. So close to being cool.
Although
So close
that was
to being
Jason
a great
Griffith's
antagonist.
last game as Sonic.
And I think it was also his best.
That and Unleashed. He did really good in both of those games.
He did great in Unleashed, but I think Black Knight is where he nailed
Oh,
it for cutscenes anyway.
Can
I
make
still
this
think
go?
that the Unleashed boost screams are the best Sonic's ever sounded in that
I love
gameplay.
Oh
love
my
the-
god. Oh, I thought I was gonna save that.
Oh.
I will.
That would have been such a cool
you
save.
can tell that Roger never figured out how to do that.
What are you talking?
I don't think his voice was really tailored
What are you
to it.
talking about?
So he was kind of a bad choice.
What are you talking about? Chris Redfield is my favorite character in Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
Uh,
Can we get like Ryan Drummond or Jason Griffith for another game?
I think
I don't know.
Really,
longer-
the best voice is the single line he says in Sonic CD.
I'm out of here. Which is not
Game over.
Which is
Terrifying music plays.
which is not in the Origins collection.
What?
Yeah, I'm out of here is not in Sonic Origins.
I'm really glad I didn't buy that. Anyway, that's it for this stream, fellas. I will come back and do some more 66 bracelets attempts another time.
How far did you get?
Maybe even tomorrow. Who knows? But I think I've gotten my fill of it for now.
You should go buy 66 friendship bracelets to try to get into the mood.
Yeah, I'll get 66 silly bands.
Silly bands. Oh my god.
Silly man.
So